Hello again, and we're back.
Hello.
You'll notice that me and Joanne are still wearing the same clothes from the last video. Not that we're doing it all in one day. Right, so now we're on to fruity crumble, or you would call it an apple crumble or a peach crumble or whatever. But we're just calling it a fruity crumble because you can use one large tin of fruit in its own juice, right? So it serves four, and we have got one already made. Of course, we'll show you it later. And I made mine with a tin of peaches because that's what I had in the cupboard. I would recommend that you try to get fruit in natural juices as opposed to syrup, because the syrup just makes it extra sweet, and you're going to drain that anyway. You won't be putting that in, so it would be better getting it in natural juice. We've got a tin of pineapples here, but we're actually not going to use that today.
No.
Because Joanna cleverly brought along some nice strawberries and some raspberries and blueberries and things. We're going to put them in, and then that's not enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 fresh apples. So we wanted to show you just, the other way of doing it is you simply open a tin, drain off the juice and put it in the bottom of your bowl. It doesn't take a lot of cooking skill. So we just thought, right, well, we'll just show you how to do this. Are we going to peel these?
Yeah. I thought we can peel them.
Right. First of all, do you know what this is? Right. This is a cover. You take the cover off. Joanna's not seen this happening either. Now, wait a minute, I'll move this because you really want to see this happening, don't you? Right. There you put that at the top like that, and you go like that. Then you lift it up. That's the middle come out, and then you just break. See, cute as anything. And they all just come off in a wee star shape.
Wow, that's clever.
Oh, but I didn't peel it. It doesn't need peeled, so does it?
No, it doesn't.
Right, do you want to peel that one though? See, Joanna's taking this one home with her, because I made the other one and I'm keeping it. But anyway, so Joanna's going to peel the rest of that. I was showing off there because it's just, and we can use that again. So what I'm going to do is we're going to stew some apples. As we say, we haven't got that in the recipe, because we're just going to do it as a tin, but really that's not interesting enough, is it? So it's the most practical, but it's no interesting to show in a video. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the apple, and we're going to get the other.
This peeler doesn't work for me either. I don't know how to use it.
I can't use that peeler. What did I do with my peeler? I'll use a wee knife.
This one is very clever.
It is very clever.
I think I'm going to get one for me.
Well, when Georgie saw it, my son Georgie, when he saw it, he went, I want one of them. So it was Anne, who ran that bought it. When she moved in here, it's something she brought with her. She moved in 8 years ago and she's not shifted yet. Anyway, that's beside the point. There we go, you put that over the top. But anyway, she bought one for Georgie as a present as well. And it's great. And I like eating apples. I like to eat apples in wee bits like that as well. Do you?
Yeah.
It just makes it tastier having it on a wee plate with some grapes and things like that. So it's really nice. So that's all going in. That's them in there. We're now going to put
I'll take this into the bin.
Okay. We're now going to get the other fruits. These ones. Put them in now. You could use any fruits really, but I wouldn't use banana.
No, banana would go very mushy.
Aye. I mean, you'd use a banana loaf, but we could do a banana loaf one day. But anyway, so that's it. That's what we've got. So we've got lovely apples, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and a couple of grapes. And And we're going to put it in here with some sugar. And what sugar are we going to use to do this, to stew?
I would just add 1 tablespoon and then
Some water?
dry it. Yeah.
Alright, right, so 1 heaped tablespoon, I'm just going to sprinkle it over. And normally what I would do is just put a tiny bit of water, but remember there's loads of water in the fruit. But just to get it going so your pot doesn't stick, you're going to just gently stew that.
We can also put the oven on.
Yep. Again, we'll put the top oven, and that's to go to 200 degrees centigrade or 6 degrees gas mark 6. So that's the oven on to heat up. And the first thing you want to do, you can use a casserole dish or anything. We tend to use a loaf tin. I think this is a £2 loaf
Yes.
tin. And the first thing you'll do with that is I'm going to take all my rings off, right? Because I made this morning, and I was getting butter and flour, and it's no hygienic. So the rings are off, hands are clean. I'm just going to wash them again.
We can even use things
Alright.
like that.
Okay,
Maybe
just-
reuse them after any
okay, so
ready-made dishes or something.
Joanna was saying we use this, I forgot what I was doing, butter.
Yeah. We can
Right.
a bowl.
Yes, I need a bowl. This bowl will do fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get butter on my fingers, so I'll wash my hands first. It used to be, and what I'm doing is I'm just greasing the tin a wee bit. It doesn't tell you to grease the tin. Oh, it does. Or it doesn't. But I just do that just to make sure that nothing's going to stick. I tend to do that when I'm making like a banana loaf or something. So we're going to do that first of all. Now we're going to put in 2 dessert spoons of marge into a tub that already has half a mug of plain flour. Okay, there's Kasha again, granddaughter. She's not in all the crockery, but she's on a lot of it. Right, half a mug plain flour in here. You don't have to sieve it. Do you? No, you don't have to sieve it. So that we're going to be putting these 2 spoons of marge in here. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to rub it into the flour with your fingers. This is where it gets a bit messy. And it actually it's great if you're wanting to cook with your kids, isn't it? Because this is a bit, I always like getting dirty.
Yeah,
So-
playing with ingredients.
Yep. So all you're doing is you're just gently rubbing it through until it starts to sort of clump into sort of, as it says, like breadcrumbs. So it's as easy as that. Very simple to do, as I say, and make sure your hands are really clean before you do this. And what I'm going to do now is go and wash the leftovers off my fingers, because that's that bit done. You can see it's just a nice sort of gooey crumble. And that's your topping bit. I say I'm going to wash my hands. You can see the steam and the fruit cooking away there nicely. It actually smells fantastic.
Yes, very fresh smell.
Yeah.
Fresh fruits.
So of course you could use.
Summery smell.
Eh?
Summery smell, like a summer.
Ah, yeah. You wouldn't think it was summer of the day. This is the day where we're getting all the pouring rain. Look, so this is just releasing just beautiful flavours and gorgeous colours. And because we're stewing this fruit again, unlike tinned fruit, which is really convenient and pretty cheap as well, but this is going to be a wee bite.
Yeah.
There's going to be more of a sort of something to bite into with this. So what we've done is, so we've got our half mug of flour. Other recipes would say a whole mug of flour, but again, we're healthy freaks, aren't we? So what we're doing is we're going to be putting in half a mug of porridge oats, oat flakes. And this is to bulk out the recipe as well, but it's also healthier than having it all flour, because porridge is, well, porridge is good for you. So that goes in, and we're going to put in 2 dessert spoons of sugar, no, this is probably the least healthy bit of it, is the sugar. And you stir it through gently, okay? Joanna's adding some water to the fruit because it's getting furiously, turn it down a wee bit. So that's us got the flour in, half a mug of oats. As I was saying, oats are full of, it's what you make porridge with, and it's full of what they call roughage fibre,
Yes.
which basically it bulks you out on the inside, and it's good for your tummy and your bowels. And it's also is released, the energy that you get for it is released really, really slowly, which basically means it's low, what's the word, Joanna?
Low digesting.
Aye, but it's got no, I forget the word, I shouldn't have brought it up. What it means is it takes a long time for it to be digested in the body.
Yeah, which makes you feel full longer.
Yes, so it keeps you full, makes you feel fuller for longer because it's slower to digest. So you have a bowl of porridge in the morning and you'll not be hungry till your lunchtime. And because, as I say, and plus it's very low in fat, it's very high in fibre, very high in soluble fibre and in protein and carbohydrates and things. So it's really a lot better for you than refined flour. That's why we're putting half flour and half of that. The next thing we're going to put in, which is optional, is desiccated coconut. Again, because we've not put in an awful lot of sugar, just 2 spoons of sugar, this is an alternative way of adding sweetness to it and some texture. And that, I mean, that just looks, see, it's just like crumbled coconut. And we're going to put 2 spoons of that in to add the sweetness and to add more texture to it and an additional flavour to it. So it's all quite dry. I'm just giving it all a stir like this. And then as soon as our fruit is
Yeah, I think they are ready. Yeah.
Fruit's ready to go in. But first of all, I'm going to bring something else out. And that is
Flaked
like,
almonds.
no, do you like almonds?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want almonds on it? Because I was forgetting it's not for me.
No, I'm fine without them. Just
Without them?
coconuts, yeah.
Right, okay. So what I did in the one I made earlier is I put flaked almonds on the top. It's an extra bit of crunch, an extra bit of additional flavour,
Yeah.
and nuts are good for you, you know. Right, so what we're going to do here now, believe it or not, that's it. That's as simple as it is. So what we're going to do is we're simply going to get our lovely fruit, carefully put it into the base of your tin. You can't lick that yet because it's still too hot and your tongue will stick to it. And now, so look at that, see how lovely that is looking already. I mean, I could just eat that like that. It's
Yeah.
great. But what we're going to do now is that we're going to put the crumble mix over the top. There we go. See, it even feels crumbly, and I'm not trying to sound like Nigella here. But again, oh, delicious crumble. That lovely, luscious, crumbly feeling with the lovely plum apples. I couldn't do that. Anyway, that's that. There. It goes into the oven. Do you want me to put it into the oven?
Yes.
The oven's on.
Okay.
It feels hot at the bottom because we've got the fruit there. So that's it gone in there for 15 minutes or until it's golden brown. So you're just having your flour and your margarine and things all just melts in, and that's it. Now to show you the one that was made earlier. This is the one that I made earlier. It's
lovely.
got some, as I say, the flaked almonds on the top, which have gone quite toasty brown, and you can now eat this cold. In fact, what I'll do is I'm going to cut a piece and let you see it. So you would eat this cold. We've got a nice wee dish here. I'm just going to cut a wee bit and let you see. Can you see what it looks like? See the peaches falling there? So that's really quite delicious, and if you can see inside there, you can see, can you see the peaches just underneath? That's the tinned peaches, as I say, and that it works really well. It works as well as fresh fruit, but again, I just think fresh fruit's just fresher, isn't it? Now you could have this cold like that. You could have it hot like that. You could have it hot with custard.
Yes.
You could have it hot with cold ice cream.
Yeah.
You could have it hot
With pouring cream.
or cold with
cream.
folding cream.
Yeah.
God, what else could you have with it?
Loads of options.
Aye, so you can have it with loads and loads and loads of things, and you saw how quickly that was.
To keep it healthy, the best option is with natural yogurt.
Yeah, yep. Aye, that would be the healthiest option, is have some natural, or in my case I would put some quark with it and some natural yogurt, because it's, well, it flows more like kind of liquidy. But in Poland, do you want to say about the szarlotka?
Szarlotka, yeah.
In Poland, there's you notice that we're into Polish food. In Poland, there's one of the very traditional dishes is called szarlotka, named after Charlotte, whoever she was. Anyway, it's an apple
Pie.
It's an apple pie, right? And it's just using sliced apples, and you can make it in different ways. You can make it like an Eve's pudding, where you pour a sort of sponge batter over it, and it cooks into a sponge thing. Or you can do it with slices, or you can make it just with pastry, is that?
Yeah.
So there's all different ways of doing it, but the thing in Poland about is how it's served up. And szarlotka traditionally is served up with
Whipped cream
and ice cream.
and ice cream.
Ice cream. That's in Warsaw. And whenever I go over there and I take pals or family over, they always have to go out and get a bowl of szarlotka because it's really great. And I remember years ago in Alloa, I didn't know if you'll mind, when we did a whole multicultural thing, and it was what people eat, different cultures, and we did some Polish cooking, and we asked some local Poles in the community to bring along their szarlotka. And I remember some people bringing the one that looked like an Eve's pudding, and somebody else brought one that looked like a pie, like an apple pie, and somebody else brought one with the apples sliced open on the top.
Yeah.
And they were all different, and it's because the different areas of Poland cook it in different ways.
Yeah.
So that's as close as I'm going to be getting to a Charlotka today. And I hope you all enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed the 4 classes, because that's us coming to an end of this short experiment, and we'll see, hopefully see you again, and we really want to do that raspberry jam and scones
Yes.
for you, and fake away fish and chips, which is just delicious. And we could even do fake away things like chicken curry, stir fried Chinese chicken, all these things. And you didn't have to be getting them at the carry out shop, because they're loaded with calories. And anyway, we'll see what you think. Okay, right.
Okay. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye bye.